Hey everybody, today I want to talk to you about autism and competition. More specifically, competition when it comes to things like gaming or sports, or even later in life when autistic individuals have to compete for the job market.
I just want to play!
Okay, we're done. We're done here.
No,
No, we're done. We're done. We're done, but okay, that is not a good reaction. Okay, we're done. Now, I think the first thing I need to point out to most people, if they're not familiar with people on the spectrum, is a lot of people who are autistic, not everyone, but a lot, are very literal. They seem to view things in black and white. And it can be very difficult for them when they lose at anything, even if it's second or third place, because they feel like it's more a pass or fail thing. And so while someone might say, oh, I gained some experience from this event, or this or that, I can glean from those insights, they don't really view it that way at first. Autism and Competition. Can you get him out of there? He lost at the crane game. He's really upset. These things are meant to fail. He's just having a hard time. Come on, buddy. It's okay. Let's play something else. You wanted another game. Remember? It's okay. It's okay.
Lisa!
You wanted the other claw game. We can go exchange tickets for that. So I want to give some tips and tricks on how to get around that. And I also want to point out that this is the long game. Mostly it's just about patience and kind of like exposure therapy, just exposing them a little bit more, also while watching to see if they start to get upset or before they have a meltdown, and pull them away from whatever the event is before they have a full-blown either sensory meltdown or just a meltdown based on not winning.
Come on, Timmy! Why you play? Resurrect!
I think you need to stop playing video games, Ian. Ian,
What?
you need to stop playing. I think that would be a good idea if you stop playing now. I think you let it go too far.
These enemies are idiots!
I think you let it go too far, Ian. Can you put the controller down? You're shaking.
Why?
Can you put the controller down, please?
Where?
On the ground.
But I'll break by someone!
No, you're just shaking. You're shaking bad.
Why am I shaking?
I don't know. Do you need to go lay down? Do you need to breathe?
No!
No, you're shaking. You're shaking. Do you want to go breathe? And put your head in the
How
freezer to
music
cool
will
down for a
help
little
me?
bit? Do you want to stick your head in the freezer to cool down? Are you hot?
I'm not!
What do you need?
I need somebody to calm me down, like our music, our videos.
Harlow videos? Okay, I'll play some on the phone, okay? To help calm you down?
Yes, or our music. What's your choice?
Okay. Now, I can somewhat relate to this because when I was a kid, I had to do an art project and I got second place at this little fair or whatever it was. I don't even remember. But I was doing an art project for Mount Everest and ended up getting second place. And I just took that harshly. And I ended up throwing the project into the fire when I found out I got second place. And in hindsight, of course, that was a bad response. But it just goes to show that sometimes we are really hard on ourselves when we don't achieve everything we set out to do. So the first thing I want to talk about is starting small. So a little bit of exposing your child. And I don't know how you feel about video games. I know every parent's a little bit different. But video games are really good for the autistic brain as long as they're, not gory video games, but things like Minecraft, for example.
We're done.
So you guys are doing a good job of communicating.
Right.
Sometimes I'll drain my voice.
It's nighttime, so you gotta watch out for those creepers, huh?
We
Yeah,
gotta
those
finish
pictures are
building the
pathetic.
other side.
And for Connor's birthday, we got him a third controller so they could all play together.
Yeah, look how cool this looks.
Yeah.
Connor,
And look,
in the back.
Alistair's sporting his Minecraft sock. Just one.
Hey.
All right, guys.
But yeah, this is a good way for them to communicate
I'm
and
lighting up the place so no more.
be close to one another.
All right. Whoa,
Sometimes
whoa,
it's
whoa,
hard
whoa,
for
whoa.
people with autism to communicate, even with
Connor,
like-minded people. And this is something that helps
let
them.
me cut off the road.
So we just wanted to show how they interact.
Bop, 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 bop,
Are you
bop,
sure we're making another room? What are you
Yeah.
gonna do with this? Make a storage room?
I don't know.
Yeah, wait, we should make a storage room.
He's sniping me.
Oh my god,
Stop sniping
why?
me.
Back off.
Oh,
Jeez,
he's
why
died.
do
We
you have
got
to be
a
so
bow.
mean?
It's a bow.
Did we do something to you?
We got a no, they're just hostile.
So Minecraft and autism.
We got a bone, yeah.
It's a good way to get them to open up and talk with one another.
Alright, guys. Hey, Ian.
And they get to be very creative.
One at a time.
Okay, what?
Sometimes it doesn't work out right and they end up arguing, but
Do you like the
right now
bow?
they're happy and excited, so that's
Bow?
good.
You need a bow?
Yes. But how are we gonna get a boat? We have no string. Now we got this place all fortified.
Nice, good job. You guys all work together to make a fort.
Look,
Yo, we should make this a storage room.
You did great.
I made all the torches.
We have to make this a storage room, guys. We have to make this a storage room. This should be the living area. Storage room, right
Hey,
there.
Alistair, why are you mining with an axe? Why are you mining with
Dude,
an
we'll
axe?
mine outside soon.
Alistair, why are you mining with an axe?
Oh, take it easy.
Silly.
All right, you guys. So clearly they're having fun. They're having teamwork. They're communicating. They're being creative.
here.
Alistair,
Hey,
that's our
Alistair.
home.
All good
Here,
things.
take a
So
pickaxe.
we
That's
like
our home.
Minecraft, although we get tired of hearing about it sometimes as parents.
Here, use a
But
pickaxe.
I'm
not
sure
an axe.
any Minecraft parent out there can relate. They're really good because they set them up in an ecosystem where they can experiment, where they can play around. They can restart from their last save point, or maybe they just need to play around a little bit, experiment, and it's just kind of low risk, if you know what I mean. It's a little bit different than multiplayer, and if you don't know what multiplayer is, that's a game like Fortnite where they're playing with people online, and there's a lot more competition there and a lot more opportunity to get frustrated because, generally speaking, even today, AI in games is pretty sloppy. It's just not very good. It's going to get better and better, of course, but it's a lot easier to anticipate AI in games, especially older games, because they don't put up as much of a fight. So I also feel like autistic people feel like they can control the environment a little bit better. It's a little bit easier for them to understand the rules and the principles, and so they don't feel as frustrated, by a curveball that might come, say, from playing a board game with someone who didn't teach them the rules properly. Okay, so we just finished playing 5 Crowns, and you lost. But did you freak out about it?
No, I did not freak out. I didn't cry. I didn't rage over about it.
You just had fun, right?
Yeah, I just had fun.
Yep, and Grandpa won the game. Did
You're
great.
the champion.
And we tallied the score, and Ian, the highest points loses, the lowest points wins. So Ian got in 3rd place, and I would say 2 years ago you would have really gotten upset. But
I when I was a
Now-
little child, I used to really rage about losing.
yep, but now you're just having fun, right?
Yes, now I'm just having fun, staying calm.
Right on. And that's another thing too. If you're going to go into board games, transitioning into that topic, make sure they know all the rules so they don't feel like they're being cheated. So for example, if you're playing chess with someone who's autistic for the first time, and then you castle your king, and they're like, wait, what? What was that? What'd you just do? They're going to feel like they got cheated because they didn't know that rule. So make sure they know all the rules very thoroughly, and then let them win a few times, and then let them lose a few times, and kind of go back and forth and just be like, hey, win some, lose some. Be sure you downplay winning and spruce up losing. And by that, I don't mean everybody gets a trophy. I don't believe in that philosophy because it makes people very entitled. What I'm saying is make it seem very non-threatening. So if they win, just be like, hey, great, you won. That's awesome. Let's do it again. So how'd you do?
I did amazing. I just got 1st place.
Awesome, dude.
The girl came in second.
Yeah. If they lose, just be like, oh, well, no big deal. We'll just play again. And then get them in that cycle of winning and losing. So they're used to both, and it's not a big deal either way. They won't become sore winners and they won't become sore losers. So that's really helpful to do, just again and again, get them used to it. And then slowly expose them to greater numbers of people. So instead of throwing them in the deep end for something like Super Smash Brothers or Mario Kart, all at once, get them used to it. And then slowly expose them to friends and have them play with their friends and see how they interact with others.
Congratulations, everyone. We did it.
Good job, Ian.
Thanks. I want
Good job.
Good job.
Good job. Good job, Alistair.
Alistair.
Good job, Benson.
I wanted a trophy!
How about...
Should never done the Grand Prix. Guys, I think we need a break.
Yeah.
I haven't had a trophy!
Hey, what if we go have some ice cream?
Ice cream's yummy.
No, not yet!
I'm tired. Hey, Alistair, great job, 5th.
I'm so hot.
Hey, 1st, 2nd, 5th, 11th. Wait, who's 11th?
Marie, you have a rocket! Good job!
Good job, everyone.
So a lot of people on the spectrum have a very strong sense of fairness and justice. And that's another reason why competition can sometimes throw them for a loop, because maybe there was like a roll of the dice and they're like, hey, that wasn't strategic, that wasn't planned, that's not fair, that's just luck. And so I would avoid a lot of the luck-based games because they'll feel like it's a joke, right? Like it's rigged. Like how am I supposed to compete against random dice rolls, right?
Just go. Here. Do it in circles, Ian. Do this. Do this. Do it in circles, buddy.
He's like rubbing it.
Hey, that's enough.
That's the type of thing that will really trip them up. So I would stay with more logic-based games. And when you do, again, start small. So like games like checkers and chess where you do like a really quick game. And I know chess games can get really long, but I'm just saying keep the games really quick, very fast, so they can win, lose, like that. If you play a game like Risk or Settlers of Catan the first time and they lose, that's a lot to lose. They've lost hours and hours, right? And they might not take it like, oh, hey, maybe next time I'll capture Asia instead of South America, right? They'll take it pretty hard. So start with very quick turnaround games. Avoid luck-based games for the most part. So yeah, in a nutshell, exposure therapy bit by bit, and just get them used to it. Now, there's a story about Ian, our oldest. This was around Easter time. And, our family didn't know any better. They didn't know how we'd react, but there was this golden Easter egg that had, I want to say, a $20 bill inside of it. And there was only one of them. And he went to a drain where he saw it, and he went to go pull it out, but he couldn't quite get to it because of his motor skills. And this other kid came in and just pulled it and then pulled the egg out and got the $20 bill. And that really, really upset Ian. I mean, hey, it would even upset me, right? Someone took my $20 bill. What's going on here? But he got really, really upset by that. So I just want to relay that to you, that if you do anything like that, when you might not even think it's a competitive situation, but there's other kids involved and there's prizes, just try to even the playing field just a little bit more, make it a little bit more low risk. Don't have like the super supreme grand prize and like these petty little bad prizes. Again, I'm not saying everyone gets a trophy. I'm just saying kind of even that out a little at first, and then you can start escalating, start widening that gap between winning and losing. So they don't feel like it's that big of a deal. Like, oh, I got second place. I got a chocolate egg instead of, a big chocolate egg with a little prize inside or something like that, instead of like full-blown $20, which I know isn't a lot nowadays, but it was back then. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. There's a lot of tips, and feel free to share in the comments if any of you have any tips for, competition. I do want to share with you too that our boys have gotten so much better over the years. They used to go from full-blown meltdowns and panic to now Ian, especially when he wins, he'll be very gracious to the other team and shake their hands and say, hey, good job, everybody. Good job. You did great. To the other team. I mean, there's neurotypical people who will flip over buses and light them on fire if they win. I'm looking at you, Los Angeles, Dodgers. I don't know what you guys are doing down there. And then when someone loses, Ian is also very gracious to them. And if he loses, he's just like, it's okay. I'll learn next time. So he's really gotten to the point where he's won a lot, he's lost a lot, and it's happened so many times. He's just, again, exposure therapy. Get him used to it. Baby steps, work your way up. I know that sounds really simple, but that's what we've done over the years. And now I'd say Ian is a lot better than some neurotypical kids at winning and losing. Okay, Ian, did you win or lose this match?
I lost.
You lost, but you're being a really good sport about it to your cousin. That's awesome, because you had fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
You know, my comment is at my high school, Scarge High School. There's one time when we were against Lehigh High School, and I heard a couple students. They're kind. It sounded like they were trash talking Lehigh High School. They said that they suck, but me, I try to be respectful to all teams, even the ones I kind of oppose against.
That's
So
what makes you a great person, Ian.
thanks, Dad.
You bet. We appreciate that. Come a long way. It's awesome.
Thank you.
So I hope you found that helpful, and we'll see you guys in the next video.